You need to download exactly 12 apps right now if you are planning a trip to China. Trust me, this is going to be the most complete checklist you will find online. I looked around on YouTube and most creators only mention 5 or 6 apps, mostly just WeChat and Alipay. But traveling or living in China covers every single aspect of your daily life. These are far from enough. Also guys, China lives in a completely separate digital universe. The moment you cross a border, you face instant digital isolation and total financial paralysis. Cash is dead, physical MasterCard may be locked, Google, WhatsApp, and Uber do not exist here. But that is exactly why this video exists. By the end of this short guide, you will know the exact 12 apps that will make your China trip 100% seamless, saving you at least $50 on transaction fees and eliminating all the annoying stress. I'll also give you the ultimate breakdown, separating the absolute non-negotiables from the optional ones. Let's go straight into category 1, the non-negotiables. And we start with the big 2. You cannot step foot on China without WeChat and Alipay. They are your digital lifelines. First, WeChat. Think of it like WhatsApp but on steroids. Everyone in China uses it, your hotels, your tour guides, and the local friends you meet, but it's also a payment giant called WeChat Pay. Second, Alipay. This is the absolute king of payment for international tourists. It has a beautiful native English interface, very friendly to international tourists, and setting them up is quite easy as long as you have a credit card from Visa, MasterCard, Diners Club, Discover, GCB, American Express, or China UnionPay. When setting them up, remember these 3 rules. 1. Name matching. Your name in the app must match your passport or credit card exactly, including your middle name, or the verification will fail. 2. Identity verification. Upload a photo of your passport now to unlock higher spending limits. And 3. The 3% trick. For any single transaction over 200 RMB, which is about $28 US, these apps charge a 3% international card fee. A pro tip: ask the vendor to split the bill into smaller transactions to bypass that fee entirely. I have tried this trick with a few vendors myself, and they are always happy to help. Now pay close attention because this next part trips up almost every single tourist. There are 2 ways to pay with these apps, and you need to know the difference. Method 1, you scan them. You see a QR code printed on a taxi dashboard or a street food cart. You tap scan in your app, type in the amount the vendor told you, and hit pay. Method 2, they scan you. At convenience stores, supermarkets, or big restaurants, you tap Pay to bring up your personal payment QR code. The cashier will use a scanner to scan your phone screen. Also, what makes WeChat and Alipay amazing is that they are super apps. They have built-in mini programs. This means you can rent a shared bicycle or rent a power bank right inside Alipay or WeChat without downloading anything else. Just scan the QR code on the bike or machine. Next up for bookings is Trip.com. Do not use Western booking sites for China. Many hotels here are not legally licensed to host international guests. Trip.com automatically filters for hotels that can automatically accept foreign passports. It's also the smoothest way to book domestic flights and entry tickets using your home credit card. But here is a massive warning: do not book your train tickets here. China has only one official platform for train bookings, that is 12306. Every other app is just reselling them and hitting you with extra service fees. We'll talk about where to get your train tickets later in this video. App number 4, Amap. Forget Google Maps, it is completely forbidden in China. Instead, download Amap. It now supports an English interface. It will show you exactly which subway exit to take, live bus arrival times, and precise walking directions. A quick tip: if you use an iPhone, Apple Apps works perfectly too because it uses Amap's data behind the scenes. App number 5, DiDi. Well, you can call a cab inside Alipay or WeChat. It might not feel natural to you. Most of my international friends prefer downloading a standalone DiDi app. It's China's Uber. The standalone app has a brilliant built-in real-time translation feature. You type in English, the driver says it in Chinese, and they reply in Chinese, using it in English. It completely eliminates the language barrier when you are trying to find your driver. And don't worry about the cost. Taking a cab in China is surprisingly cheap. Let's take Shanghai as an example, which is already the most expensive city. You can pretty much go anywhere within the downtown area for under 50 RMB, which is like $7. If you are heading to the airport, say Pudong Airport, it will run you around 250 RMB or about $35. Of course, that's for a standard ride. If you opt for luxury tier, it costs a bit more, but the service is incredible. We are talking about even water in the backseat and the drivers wearing white gloves who handle your luggage. And one more quick reminder, no matter what kind of car you are in, if there is someone in the front passenger seat, don't forget to fasten the seatbelt. It's a law here in China. In some cities with stricter enforcement, even backseat passengers have to buckle up too. Okay, once you have the basics done, these next two apps will upgrade you from a clueless tourist to a seasoned local explorer. App number 6 is Dianping. This is China's Yelp and TripAdvisor combined. You can check out the ratings for every single restaurant, and anything above a 4.0 is a safe bet, since these scores are voted on by the locals. Now, I have to admit its English localization isn't great yet, but here's the ultimate hack. Use it for photo ordering. Search for food terms like hot pot or dumplings. Find a highly rated spot nearby. Look at the thousands of mouth-watering food photos uploaded by the locals, and when you sit down at the restaurant, just point at the photos on your screen to the waiter. It works every single time. You can also use it to find a massage parlor or a cool bar or whatever you want. If you have a Chinese phone number, you can unlock more functions like the reservation and virtual queuing. Next, app number 7, Red or 小红书. Think of it as China's Instagram meets Pinterest. It is the absolute holy grail for travel research right now. If you want to find the most epic photo spots or hidden cafes in Shanghai, just search on Red. It is where the real local trends live. I'm also using Red to get the latest travel information, which really inspires my videos. Also, the app's built-in translator works incredibly well. I have even seen plenty of international tourists post questions directly on there, and the local users are always super excited to jump in and answer. Now, once you see all these stunning traditional Chinese outfits or trendy aesthetics on Red, you are naturally going to ask, where can I buy this? Well, this brings us to our next app. If you are staying in China for more than a week, you have to experience the insanity of Chinese e-commerce. Taobao is Amazon on hyperspeed. You can order literally anything and have it delivered to your hotel in 24 to 72 hours. We are talking about gorgeous traditional Chinese clothing, custom phone cases, unique souvenirs, Chinese fans, fridge magnets, press-on nails, or even Chinese health tea. But guys, here is one more step if you want to change the language to English. Turn off your VPN, open Taobao, then Setting, select regions to be Hong Kong first, and then you can switch the language to English. Then the prices will present in Hong Kong dollars. Remember to convert it to your local currency when calculating. Everything could be paid using credit card or Apple Pay. And if you want dirt cheap souvenirs or random travel gadgets, Pinduoduo is a local version of Temu where everything costs pennies. The prices will absolutely shock you. You can check out using Alipay or WeChat Pay, so there is nothing to worry about. Feel free to purchase anything you want like a king in Pinduoduo. Beyond just scoring incredible deals, shopping like this is a fantastic way to experience China's digital life firsthand, whether you are unwinding at your hotel at night or preparing for your trip. Next up, you obviously need a translator. While Google Translate is okay, it can freeze or fail depending on your internet connection. Instead, I will recommend you to download the Microsoft Translator. It is 100% free, has a clean English interface, and works flawlessly inside China without a VPN. The killer feature here is camera translation. Just take a photo, it will give you an accurate translation. Just make sure to download the offline Chinese language pack before you leave home, so it works even when you have zero signal. Now we have covered 10 apps, but there are 2 more that are absolute non-negotiable lifelines, and I saved them for the last because they deserve a much bigger spotlight. app number 11, Railway 12306. This is the official app of the China railway system because it is actually state-controlled and state-owned. While Trip.com is great, it may charge you a middleman service fee for every train ticket. If you use the official 12306 app, which now has a full English version and accepts foreign passport verification, you'll buy tickets at official prices with zero markups. But listen to me, navigating a massive China bullet train station, passing security with a foreign passport, and finding your platform without speaking the language can be incredibly overwhelming. That is why next week I'm releasing a complete step-by-step video getting you through the entire process of booking and riding a Chinese bullet train from start to finish. Trust me, you will want to watch it before you go. And finally, the elephant in the room, the Great Firewall of China. Without a proper VPN installed before you cross the border, you will lose access to WhatsApp, Instagram, Google, Gmail, and YouTube the second you land. You cannot download a VPN once you are inside China because the local app stores block them. Later this month, I'm dropping a dedicated video breaking down the top VPNs that are actively working flawlessly in China right now, how to set them up, and how to avoid getting scammed. So there you have it, the 12 apps that will transform your trip to China from stressful to seamless. Download them, link your cards, and get ready for the trip of a lifetime. If you found this guide helpful, please leave a like button, drop a comment if you have any question about traveling to China, and subscribe right now so you don't miss next week's ultimate train travel guide. This is Vicky, your China travel decoder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in China.